We stand at a unique moment in the history of our planet. We have explored its deepest oceans, climbed its highest peaks, and even journeyed beyond its atmosphere to the silent expanse of space. And yet, the greatest challenge we face is not out there but right here, in our shared home. How can humanity and the natural world not just survive but truly thrive together? For too long we treated progress as separate from planetary health. We have taken, we have built, we have consumed often without thinking about the consequences. Now, we are beginning to understand our well-being is inextricably linked to Earth's well-being. This brings us to sustainability. What does it truly mean? In 1987, the Brundtland Report defined it clearly. Sustainable development meets the needs of the present without compromising future generations' ability to meet theirs. It is a promise to our children and grandchildren. It asks us to be good ancestors, not about sacrifice or going backward. It's about innovation, intelligence, foresight. The answer? Balance. A new prosperity that doesn't cost the earth. A journey of rediscovery. See ourselves as part of nature, not apart from it. To truly understand sustainability, we must look at it not as a single goal, but as a stable structure supported by three interconnected pillars: the environment, society, and the economy. Imagine a simple stool with three legs. If one leg is too short or weak, the entire stool becomes unstable and will eventually topple over. So it is with our world. The first pillar, the environmental pillar, is perhaps the one we think of most often. It is the foundation upon which everything else rests. Climate, our oceans, our forests, our biodiversity. It is about protecting the air, water, and soil that sustain all life. Next we have the social pillar. This is the pillar of people. Education, healthcare, clean water, a safe place to live. It is about fairness, human rights, and building strong, resilient communities where everyone has a voice and a sense of belonging. Finally, there is the economic pillar. This pillar is about how we create prosperity and provide for our needs. A sustainable economy is not one that seeks growth at all costs. Instead, it is an economy that operates within the planet's limits. Innovation, fair wages, meaningful work. These three pillars are not in conflict, they are partners in a shared future. How do we turn these grand ideas of balancing the environment, society, and the economy into concrete action? The world needed a map, a shared plan that every nation could follow. In 2015, the United Nations provided just that. They created the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. These goals are a remarkable achievement of global cooperation, a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that by 2030, all people can enjoy peace and prosperity. They are our global compass, pointing the way toward a better, more sustainable future for every single one of us, no matter where we live. They are a declaration of interdependence, recognizing that we are all in this together. The 17 goals are wonderfully comprehensive, covering the full spectrum of the sustainability challenge. Climate action: life below water. Life on land. No poverty. Zero hunger. Good health and well-being. Gender equality. Decent work and economic growth. Responsible consumption and production. The beauty of the SDGs is that they show in clear and simple terms how everything is connected. The SDGs embody a powerful principle: think globally, act locally. The actions needed to achieve them begin in our own communities, our own schools, and our own homes. A government may set a national target for renewable energy, but it is the installation of solar panels on a single rooftop that helps make it a reality. This framework gives us a common language and a shared set of targets. By 2030, the world will look very different. The SDGs provide the blueprint to ensure that it is a world that is fairer, healthier, and more sustainable than the one we have today. To truly build a sustainable world, we need more than just new technologies and policies. We need a fundamental shift in the way we think. For much of our recent history, our thinking has been dominated by a few powerful but ultimately limited ideas. We have thought in straight lines. We have seen the world as static. We have tried to understand complex systems by breaking them down into tiny parts. To move forward, we must now embrace new perspectives. We must learn to think in circles. First, we must move from a linear to a circular way of thinking. Take, make, dispose. We take resources from the earth, we make them into products, then we throw them away when we're done. A circular approach inspired by the natural world is different. In nature, there is no such thing as waste. Everything is a nutrient for something else. Second, we need to shift from a static to a dynamic view of the world. A dynamic approach means building resilience, designing systems that can adapt, bend without breaking. Finally, we must move from reductionist to systems thinking. It can make us miss the connections, the feedback loops, and the unintended consequences. Systems thinking is the art of seeing the whole, understanding how parts of a system influence one another over time. It is the ability to see the forest, not just the individual trees. The environmental pillar is the very foundation of sustainability. It is the living, breathing world that provides us with everything we need to survive. When we speak of environmental health, we are speaking of our own health. To strengthen this pillar, we must focus on several key ideas that are now at the forefront of global efforts. The first and most urgent of these is the race to net zero. Climate change is driven by a blanket of greenhouse gases we've wrapped around the planet. Think of it like a bathtub. For decades, we have been turning the tap on full blast without opening the drain. Reaching net zero means turning the tap down to a trickle, and opening the drain just enough so that the water level remains stable. It requires a massive shift to renewables, wind, solar. It requires making our buildings more efficient. It requires cleaner transport. And it requires protecting and restoring carbon sinks, forests, oceans. Alongside this, we must become nature positive. Our relationship with nature has been one of decline. We've lost forests. We've degraded soils. Wildlife populations have collapsed. Nature positive means reversing that trend. It's a global goal to halt and reverse nature loss by 2030. Protect remaining wild places, restore damaged ecosystems at scale, end the decade with more nature, not less. The third critical idea is resilience. Climate change brings more intense storms, longer droughts, and heavier floods. Resilience is the capacity of natural and human systems to withstand shocks and recover. A resilient coastline uses mangroves and coral reefs to buffer storms. Building resilience means preparing wisely. It means ensuring communities and ecosystems can face a changing world. A sustainable world cannot be built upon a foundation of inequality and injustice. The social pillar of sustainability is about people. It is about ensuring that every individual has the chance to live a life of dignity, opportunity, and well-being. At its very heart, the social pillar is about equity. Equity is different from equality. While equality means giving everyone the same thing, equity means giving everyone what they need to be successful. It is about recognizing that different people and groups may face different barriers and require different levels of support to achieve a fair outcome. This commitment to equity extends to creating opportunity for all. In a socially sustainable world, your chances in life should not be determined by your gender, your race, the place you were born, the wealth of your family. It means ensuring that everyone has access to the building blocks of a good life. Quality education that opens minds, affordable healthcare that heals bodies, decent housing that provides security. It also means creating an environment where people feel safe, respected, and empowered to participate in the decisions that affect their lives. When we unlock the potential of every person, we unleash a wave of creativity, innovation, progress that benefits the whole of society. A central aspect of social sustainability is justice, and this includes justice between generations. The choices we make today have profound consequences for the generations that will come after us. This means not saddling future generations with a depleted planet, a destabilized climate, insurmountable debt. It is a profound moral responsibility. At the same time, we must ensure justice for all ages and groups living today. Protecting the rights of indigenous communities, empowering women and girls. Ultimately, the social pillar is about fostering inclusive growth and building strong, cohesive communities, creating a world where both people and the planet can flourish together in harmony. The economic pillar of sustainability is often misunderstood. Some fear that it means an end to prosperity and a return to a life of hardship, but this could not be further from the truth. A sustainable economy is not about having less, it is about creating a better, smarter, and more durable kind of prosperity. It is about redefining what we value and aligning our economic activities with the health of our planet and the well-being of our society. The first principle of a sustainable economy is recognizing the need for prosperity within planetary limits. Our planet is finite, and its resources are not endless. A sustainable economy, therefore, is one that has purpose. It shifts its focus from simply maximizing short-term profit to generating long-term shared value. This requires a profound transformation in how we produce and consume. It means embracing responsible production, where businesses take ownership of their entire supply chain, minimizing waste, pollution, and their carbon footprint. It calls for innovation, not just in what we make, but how we make it. This could mean developing new materials that are biodegradable, designing products that are easy to repair. It is an economy driven by ingenuity and a sense of responsibility to the wider world. Furthermore, a sustainable economy must create fair and decent jobs. Economic activity should lift people up, not exploit them. This means ensuring fair wages that allow people to support their families, safe working conditions that protect their health, and opportunities for skill development. True prosperity is shared prosperity, built on a foundation of dignity and respect for all. To guide this transition, we need ways to measure and manage sustainability. This is where the concept of ESG, environmental, social, and governance, comes in. ESG provides a framework for businesses and investors to assess performance beyond traditional financial metrics, creating an economy that is not just profitable, but also just and regenerative.